Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Do you have neck pain? We're going to show you a simple way to strengthen your neck. And
so it's not just to strengthen it, but as you strengthen it, the pain's going to go away.
I'm hoping. That's what we're hoping. And it's always an experiment in one when you do this. It's you're the client, you're the research person, and you got to try it on you and see if it works or not.
It's a very easy one.
Let's do it, one time a day for the first day, maybe 5 times 10-second hold.
Yep.
And then the next day, you can do it throughout the day if it feels okay.
Right. You'll know because it feels good while you're doing it and afterwards.
Now, we're trying to strengthen the muscles to help you have good posture.
Sure.
So it's good that Brad's facing this way because what happens is that you do a forward head posture and you're actually strengthening the muscles back here, the extensors. So we want to strengthen the flexors.
The ones in front, they're deep. You got a throat.
They're deep.
A lot of things in there. So
it's funny how weak they can get.
Sure.
And you don't even realize it. So let's start off. So lightly touch your teeth together. First, you're going to be in good posture.
Yep. So straighten up, shoulders back, posture. Head over shoulders.
Yeah. Lightly touch your teeth together and place your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind the teeth.
Oh, hard to talk though.
Here we go. You do it. I'll talk. So now you push the tongue toward the roof of the mouth, push it, and actually stiffen the front of your neck. You actually make those. What do you call that? You got a word for that?
Platysma. Platysma right there. But don't do that.
Yeah, but you are going to tighten them up, and then you're going to take your fists. You can put them like this. You can put them like this. And gently, while you're doing all that...
Can you do one fist?
Yeah, you can do one fist.
Okay.
You can actually push up like you're going to put the head back like this, but you're going to resist it.
But still maintaining that good posture.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we're pushing up with the hands, and the jaw maintains that. So
and you're doing that tightening. You're doing the teeth, the tongue pushed up, all that together. No motion occurs. It's isometric. You do it for 10 seconds, you hold for 10 seconds, and you repeat 5 times. You can tell it's not shearing the neck.
Yeah.
So, isn't it?
Well, it actually feels like it.
Yeah, the pressure's
up
a little
here. Traction or decompression.
Yeah, it feels good. Again, if it increases your pain, stop right away. Yep. We don't want no pain, no gain. That's never our philosophy. So, again, 10-second hold, 5 times. First day, just do it once. Next day, if everything is okay, you can do it throughout the day. You can do it every hour if you want.
But remember, an important part is between exercises, you need to avoid this. Because, you may help it here, but then if you go back to working and we do that, then you're jumping back and forth. And
you're thinking, why do I need to strengthen my neck?
Yeah.
Well, quite often when you have poor posture, especially this forward head posture like this, these muscles become very weak in the front.
Sure.
And if you by strengthening the ones way back here below, will make it easier for you to keep in good posture.
It's not uncommon for a pinched nerve in the low neck to send numbness, tingling, burning sensations all the way down to the fingers.
And weakness even.
Yep, and weakness. And if you are having weakness, so your grip is obviously weak, you have a hard time opening the door, you probably better go see a doctor.
Yeah, you better see a doctor if you get symptoms in the hand, I would say.
That's pretty extreme. Typically, the pinched nerve we find is in the neck.
Yeah.
It can be along the line, but majorities is in the neck. So in order to keep that nerve from being pinched, we find that poor posture, head forward posture can cause problems where the nerve comes out the foramen in the spine itself, causing that pinching. So if we just change our posture, it's a critical step. You have to do that.
It is, because if you try the exercises, the other exercises we're going to show you to help try to decrease the pain, but you don't correct your posture, it's not going to go away. It won't stay away. It's going to come right back again.
Right.
So you got to correct posture first.
Brad, let's get that neck stronger. Yes. All right, let's start off. We're going to go from very low level, easy ones to do, to a little more difficult ones to do, higher level.
Right. And with strengthening, kind of a general rule with therapy is we start with isometrics.
Right. Isometrics means we're strengthening the muscle without really moving or
without movement. Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with flexion. Do you want to do side view on this, Brad?
Sure. Yep. Okay.
So I'm doing head on. Just going to take your hand, you're going to provide some resistance, and if my hand wasn't there, my head would go forward like this because I'm going to push forward. This is flexion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do everything 10 by 10. Okay, sounds good. Second hold. Now we're going to go ahead and do extension the same way. You can put your hands back here like this, or you can just take one hand back. And if there was no hand there, you're pushing back like this. 1, 2, and by the way, good posture with all this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next one is rotation, Brad. Okay. So this one you're going to put on your, probably the side of your jaw. And again, if you went there, you're going to actually turn like this. Sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do the other side too, Brad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we did extension already, right?
I do want to mention, if you're doing these it's after an injury and you're getting pain, especially sharp pain, stop. Do not continue.
Right. I would hope you wouldn't get pain with isometric. You could, but hopefully you won't. Now, an easier way to do isometrics, by the way, Brad, is if you get one of these little balls from one of the big box stores, and kind of you got a little bit of air taken out of it. This works out nice. You just screw up against the wall.
It's got to be a squishy ball.
Yeah, and you just put it behind you like this, and now I can go ahead and push against the wall like this. Just a really nice way. You're getting a little bit. It's a little more than isometric, because you're getting a little bit of movement.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 makes you feel like you're doing something.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's a little more functional. You're standing.
Yeah, in good posture, you can do side bending this way too.
Good ball handling skills, Bob.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So now I'm going to push against the wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, getting the idea, Brad?
Yeah, I like this.
We can do flexion even this way too.
Pushing the glasses.
So, yeah. Let's move on. Now we're going to do what we call isotonic. We're actually getting movement. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do all the same motions, but you're going to actually get some motion when you're doing it. You're going to put your hand here and you're going to push down. 1, 2, well, I guess you're not counting, are you? You're just going to go ahead and get resistance.
With motion,
Yeah?
it should be pain-free. If you get to a certain part, it starts to hurt, then stop. Don't go that far.
Yeah?
Pain-free range of motion.
All right, we'll go to extension. Going to give resistance. Good. Doing great, Brad?
Yes.
Okay.
5 to 10 of these?
10 of these.
Okay.
Rotations. Going to the right. Going to the left.
I'm actually opposite you, Bob, but that's all right. Do both sides. That's important.
Side bend.
In other words, left ear to left shoulder. Some people will combine and do rotation with this, but keep it in.
Yeah, keep it on the same plane. Don't do what Brad just did. You're going to keep the nose moving forward here, straight forward here. So, all right, moving on. Now we're going to go ahead and do some of the support muscles, Brad, because they're all important too. Some of the muscles that come up into the neck.
Right. And this is one of those things that if you're not really familiar with the anatomy and the biomechanics, you might say, why are we doing this? But you're just going to have to trust us. They're part of your neck.
Yeah. All right. It's good to have a roll towel. We had a roll towel in there, don't we?
Oh, just a towel?
Yeah.
Get that sheet out of here.
Oh, here we go. This one.
Just don't like sheets.
Yeah.
There.
Brad, do you want to do the honors? Lay flat on your stomach. Remember these?
Oh, yeah.
Let's pull it way out. Okay.
The towel roll is strictly for comfort because you're going to lay on your stomach with your head face down, and you put this on your forehead so your nose isn't squished so you can breathe, and you get in a neutral position with your neck.
Okay, the first one we're going to do is, and I'll show him first, Brad, on me. He's going to make a Y like this, and he's doing palms down.
Okay.
So you can do these on the floor, palms down, and he's going to go and lift up and squeeze his shoulder blades together. Now these, we just did these on a video, and these are shockingly hard to do.
I just had someone respond, Bob, and
I saw that. They go, they're really hard to do. Now you're going to do 10 of them with the palms down, and then you're going to do palms or thumb up.
Like the hitchhiker.
Yep.
Many neck problems are caused or certainly worsened by poor posture of the neck.
Yeah, that's a pretty positive statement there.
So this one exercise can not only realign the neck throughout the day, it can help decrease the pain. It works well because you don't need any equipment. It also works well with another exercise we just showed where you need to correct the posture in this lower area here. Like if you don't correct this posture, if this is rounded out, Brad, do you want to show rounded out? Yeah, there's no way you can correct your neck posture. So this works, you can do the exercise in that video, but you want to follow up with this one.
That's right.
So basically, we're going to be correcting the posture of the neck and between the shoulder blades.
It all works together.
All at the same time. So very simple to do. Brad, do you want to show from the side and I'll show from the direct on?
Yeah.
Basically, there's three components to this, and we're going to start off with the most simple, and that's just a chin tuck. Now, once you understand this, you can do all three at the same time, or two at the same time.
Right.
So first you can do a chin tuck. You sit up as upright as you can.
Yep. Scoot your bottom back, shoulders back.
Scoot and you bring your neck back, your chin back, and you bring it back. You don't go up, you don't go down. You just bring it straight back. Some of you won't have much motion there yet to start off with. But sometimes we could do a little overpressure. But now, along with that chin tuck, what you're going to do is actually bring your arms up into a kind of a Y position or a W position. Why don't we start with the W?
W, yes.
So the W, can you see it forms the letter W? And this is stretching the pecs, which tend to be tight. Is strengthening the rhomboids, the muscles between the shoulder blades. So you want to squeeze those muscles together, stretch these, and chin tuck at the same time.
Because, some tendency is to...
like that.
But we want to...
Yep, so you can do the chin tuck and the W at the same time. Then while you're in that position, you go up into the Y. I would do this, if you're at a desk and you're sitting, I would do this every 20 minutes if you can, because it takes so little time, no equipment, and yet it'll decrease your pain and it'll remind you where your position is supposed to be when you're at the desk.
Now, we want to work more than just strengthening moving forward. We want to work all the muscle groups throughout the neck, front, sides, and back. So this is what I'd like you to do to start with. So we're just going to, get your timer out again. I would not do it by repetitions because it's an isometric quasi exercise. Sure. Hold it up. Tuck the chin and make sure you're not doing this or you're not doing this. That's critical because I want to maintain and promote good posture. Here, set your timer, hold it for 30 seconds, and if you can do it once you get to 30 seconds, then I want you to add slow rotation while maintaining that good chin tuck posture, and that's going to force your neck muscles to work further out into the groups. And
how many times, Brad?
This... Till your 30 seconds is up or 10 repetitions.
So you start right away.
Yeah. Then you roll over to one side. Don't let your head here and not up in here. Gonna get it in line. If you have a mirror or someone to help you to make sure you have that neutral position, again, tuck your chin in slightly so you maintain that good posture. So your ears would be over your shoulders if you're standing up. And then you can just hold it here for 30 seconds. If that gets too easy, then you can add the rotation here, and it's slow, good, controlled motion. And you're going to feel more muscles going to work. And after you do one side, it's important and absolutely necessary that you do the other side.
Now flip around, Brad, and onto your stomach.
I'll just roll. There we go.
Sure.
Okay.
Now hands by your sides.
Okay.
Palms up to the ceiling. Now you're going to kind of do a chin tuck, and you lift your chest and upper body up like that. There you go.
And, but not like this, right?
Not like that, right.
So chin stays tucked.
Yep.
And you can feel those. And, you really get some nice posterior core muscle activation, which is critical for posture.
Joints like to have full motion.
Right.
So here's the exercise. We're going to have you take your hands. You can put them on the upper trapezius if you want, or you can put them on kind of the lower neck, and you're going to just work on bending the neck back.
Yeah, so the hands and the fingers are supporting particularly those low joints that are more apt and prone for injury and pain.
Now, we chose hands. Sometimes we use a towel, but the hands, you always have your hands with you.
Right.
And if you're at work, you can go ahead and do this one. But the further your neck goes, generally the better the pain feels and the better it gets.
If you're finding that you're turning like this, chances are you've got some tight muscles up in here in the
Upper cervical spine.
Right.
Yep.
But if you can turn your head like 45 degrees each direction and then you're turning your body, you're probably loose up in here, but you got a lot of tight muscles in the lower cervical or the lower neck.
All right.
We got to go to number 2.
Okay, next one.
Okay, our famous
Chin tucks.
chin tucks in like this. Looking at it from the back, we're going in and we're stretching.
We're not going down. We're not going up. We're going straight back.
Yeah, like I was going to like that at the Bob's face, okay? But you can see it pulls and gently stretches those same muscles we just massaged, okay?
This is a great one to do throughout the day because one, not only does it's good to get the neck moving, but two, it realigns you where you're supposed to be.
Right.
The ears are supposed to be over the shoulders.
Right.
And so if you're finding yourself like this and the ears are lined up with my thighs,
Right.
You need to readjust and get it back into position.
It's all about posture. The exercises you should do, first of all, get in a chair, a nice chair that the backrest is not too high, preferably. The backrest gets in the way for some of this. If it goes about your scapular or your shoulder blade level, like I'm about here, this is a little high, but it's okay. That's desirable. Firm chair is a little bit better.
Yeah, firm, good posture chair.
Yeah, so get your shoulders, take a few deep breaths. In the nose, exhale out the mouth, and just relax and slow everything down. Okay? Once you do that 3 times, the next thing you're going to do is...
I can turn red if you want.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Well, you're so tall and I'm so short. I'll stand up. Normally you can do this seated, but because of our height discrepancy...
So you can do circles, and you can do finger over finger, or you can do fingers side by side, and you're off the skull here. You're just right off the skull, right below it, and you're doing circular motion. You can actually go down the spine too.
Yep. Well, I'm already relaxing, Bob.
Well, it feels really good where the neck meets the skull.
Yeah.
That's just the suboccipital area, we call it. That is a really good tender spot for most people, and this feels really good.
Now, should we go into the splaying one right away? Yep.
So what you're actually doing is putting your fingers together, and you're pulling them apart.
Like that.
And you're applying really decent pressure while you're doing this.
And you'll work it way up again by that occiput right at the top of the neck. Now, this is one I do like to put some extension, or in other words,
While
look
you're doing it?
back and up. And you only do that if it feels good and better to do that. The next one is...
Rotations?
Yep, we're going to work on rotation, particularly if there's one direction, and you can see that this one goes about to here, and this one is normal. Take a nice towel roll like this, or if you happen to have
the yoga strap.
That works really nice as well. There we go. And this is the one where I like to do the crisscross.
So yeah, what he did is, okay, I got my right hand and left hand. I'm actually going to switch them. And now I got the right hand on the left strap and the left hand on the right strap. And I'm pulling down on this one.
Right, that's just kind of an anchor is what I tell people.
And then I can go across like this. Actually, on this one, Brad, I actually like the strap better because this strap really can get on different levels.
Sure.
So this is, if you look, it's getting the whole neck, which is fine. I definitely would try this.
Yep.
But if you want to get a little more advanced, now I can go a little bit lower even and do it again.
But notice, you always go across the jawbone.
Chin, not across the neck like this. This is not good.
That will cut off breathing, and we like to breathe. So now, if you're in that situation where you can turn here and then it gets stiff, it's more than likely the lower neck. We're going to start out with, again, some soft tissue work. You can get it back with your hands. It's kind of hard to reach back there unless you got excessively long forearms and fingers. If you have a hook cane like this, or you grab a Theracane, or we got the back knobber here.
Back knobber, yep.
And we're going to get back to those muscles, and you're just going to work them. You'll find you'll get on a trigger point, and a lot of times I just like to hold pressure there for up to 30 seconds, and typically it's going to feel like it hurts so good, and then it actually feels better. And when they say it releases after about 30 seconds, and when you're done, it feels like, oh, boy, that helped. Then you know you're doing the right thing.
I like to do it a little bit differently. I like to get on the spot, and I like to do movement with the neck while you're doing it.
Yep.
And I find out which one helps. So let's say I put it on the spot. Let's say you have a knot there. I might try chin tucks. I might try rotations.
Yep.
And I might do side bending.
Right.
And I'm going to see which one seems to take the pain away.
Okay, Bob, you probably want to try this, because once again, we're going to work with chin tucks, because that also works the lower neck as well as the upper. And after you do 5 or 10 of those, then we're going to do full extensions. Yeah. And this is really nice to have.
So we're kind of warming up. And then, you know, you can start off like Brad likes to do, like down like this.
Yep.
My neck just cracked a little bit.
There you go. And I'm telling you, this is one of those things like you can go back a little further, and it feels better when you have the support there. Then you're going to continue to work it. But if for some reason it hurts or gives you pain down your arm, you stop all of these, and then it's a different treatment.
And again, why I like the strap for this one now is now I can work my way up.
Sure.
The same thing again, or work my way down. And I like to, when I do it that way, then I like to have it, my thumbs right here, my eyes are following the thumbs.
Yep.
I'm not going like this. I'm going like this. This is a different way of doing it as opposed to doing like this, where you do.
The next one, very similar to the previous upper neck, where again,
we're doing the rotation.
Yeah, we're doing the rotation. Sometimes I may pull over down here. It seems to emphasize lower on the neck, and that's up to the individual. Hope my mic is working here. So the last one, this is a kind of a fun one, because when this one works, it works really well. And
I think you should show on the spine first, Brad.
Yeah, let's do that.
You got your little pen?
Yeah, oh yeah, I guess a red one too. So there's these little bumps are called spinous processes. And
so you can feel them on your neck if you feel back there. That's what you're feeling, is those bumps.
Yeah, right back. There's always a big one. That's C7, like right here. What you do is you're going to grab with that, and you're going to actually pull and help the spine move and get it moving. And we are actually doing this through your skin, so it's a little, you don't get a good grip on it like you do on the spine. But I've had a lot of success with this in the clinic with people. I'm going to rotate to the right, and I'm pulling to the left.
Right.
So I'm pulling this way, and it's pretty subtle. And this should feel better, like, oh man, that feels good, and I can rotate more. You're right on. If it hurts, just forget about it. This next one, exercises or massages on my desk. This works much better for me. I think
he puts his elbows on a table sometimes.
Right on my desk.
On your desk.
Yep, right where the computer's there, and I just go here and take a
Computer's
break.
there, he said, and he's able to reach that area very easily now. Plus, he's getting a little bit of stretch in his mid-back here, too.
Next one, which is directly correlated to that, is not a massage, but a stretch. So what you're going to do, I always would tell my patients, assuming you maybe have a pocket, a chest pocket, is you're going to look down to see what's in that pocket. Take your fingertips only right in the corner or the side of your head here, and gently. It's not to the side, it's not straight forward, it's kind of an oblique or a 45-degree angle. Gently stretch.
It actually does what it sounds like it does. It lifts up your scapula, which is your shoulder blade, and it's a thin little muscle that really can get irritated.
The next one, now this, I used to use this quite a bit with patients because it's really inexpensive, and pretty much everyone has this. You take 2 tennis balls, take a sock, and drop them in. You kind of have to work them down to the bottom. So there's one here and one there.
Mm-hmm. So they're side by side.
Yeah. Now, you cannot do this on a bed. I'm going to show you on here just so it's easy to show, but you need to do it on a carpeted floor. And what we're going to do is get a sock on each side of the neck. And this is a nice one because all you do is I'm going to lay it there at the neck. You're going to find that tension spot and lay on it. It might hurt a little bit at first, but within 20 to 30 seconds, You should feel it
starts to
release.
release.
Yeah. And you just let the weight of your head do the work and just lay there. And you might want to roll it like this a little bit.
I'll show you how to decompress your neck. You don't need any equipment, or you're not going to put you in awkward positions.
We're going to talk about how you can do this at home. You need to be careful when you're working with the neck. Anything we do here should not create any pain whatsoever.
Right.
So let's talk about the cervical spine. So there's 7 vertebrae, from the occiput.
7 bones.
Yep.
Stack up.
Occiput down. You can count the little bumps, but they're kind of hard to see or feel. But through here you can see that. And the tissues that connect the cervical column, they're pretty tough.
Yes.
And what we need to do is loosen things up so that these nerves here, there may be one of those becoming pinched, which can cause problems, pain, even down in the shoulder and all the way to the hand, actually, in the arm. There's also the facet joints where we may be able to gap those and loosen those things up so you have better range of motion.
If you tighten the muscles up here, you're not going to get traction.
Yeah, and those muscles tighten up without you really thinking about it. If you're a little tense, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to pick 2 positions. I've seen people do these on their kneeling down and putting bands around their head and everything else. But I think these 3 options are safe as long as you do them as we say, and you're comfortable doing it. So either in a seated position or lying down on your bed or a comfortable carpeted floor with a mat or whatever it may be. So first one, first one, this one's simple. This one you could probably only do in a seated position. No, actually you could do it lying, couldn't you?
You could. I would try it seated though.
Yeah. I'm going to show it from the profile. Bob will show it straight on. You make a fist. It doesn't have to be a tight fist. You can go thumb down or thumb up.
Yeah, for some reason I'm more comfortable thumb down.
So am I. We're going to put it under our chin and the top of your sternum. I'm going to unbutton it just a little bit, Bob. So it's, that notch right there, and that's where you're going to put. I put that knuckle right there, right in that notch, and then this knuckle, the pinky knuckle on the chin. And then you can take the other hand. I'm going to sit back. I like to do this in a relaxed position, so it's nice to have a backrest. And this hand pulls the head forward, and it's just a lever. And I can feel as soon as I can feel, and I can't talk with doing this, but.
And it's fine to have the neck go into a little bit of flexion, because that's actually a beneficial position for it to go into a little bit of flexion while you're gapping the neck. And
you can easily do this pretty much anywhere at work, at home, not driving.
Just a warning though, you can actually get pretty good stress on there.
Sure.
So you want to start off gentle.
Yes.
And then later on maybe you go a little more aggressive, but
right.
You can put pretty good torque on there.
Sure. And again, we want to do it lying down, Bob?
Sure.
Yeah, just to show that you may be more relaxed in doing it. There you go. Try it the other way then, because I think this arm might be in the way. There you go. No, it's still in the way. It's the same.
How about
Oh, there you go. Sure. Excellent. Okay, should we go to the second one, Bob?
Sounds good.
Now, this one is, again, seated position. We'll show it. So you take your hands out. Bob, what? And I'll do this. I actually don't cup on the ear itself. There's that bone.
Right where the bone, the skull, attaches to the neck.
Or even like right behind the ear too.
Sure, there's a bony protuberance there.
Right, yep. And I'll get the pad of my thumb, just below my thumb right there. And then I'm going to flex forward. In other words, bend forward slightly.
Slightly.
We're not doing this by any means. And I'm leaning back and we just pull up.
So you can get leverage through the palm. He's over the bony protuberance of his skull, and then he's going to go ahead and he can go ahead and apply pressure straight up or straight a little bit forward too. He could go.
And if I
clasp your hands. He can get a little more leverage and make it easier to keep the hands in place. And what are you going to do, like 10-second holds?
Right.
Yeah, so there's really no right number to these. I mean, if you can hold it long. The last one we're going to show is a towel roll.
Right.
Using that. Brad's going to roll up the towel and he got kind of a thin towel a little bit here.
Yeah, but it's nice to have a towel because it's more comfortable on your skin, and it does grab into your skin. It doesn't slip as much as what I feel. I'm going to take this here. Again, good posture. And I'm just going to pull up.
And again, he's pulling kind of, that the bony protuberances right behind the ear.
Yep.
Giving him a place to hook onto.
And I've got no neck problems at all right now, but I can clearly feel a nice stretch. All the way up, I'm going to adjust a little higher so I get the stretch more up to the occiput, which is that skull pan bone, if you will. Now, I'll show you this lying down. Can I show him, Bob? See what happens.
You could also do it with one arm. If, let's say, for example, you're getting pain down an arm, you can, just do it with one arm. So let's say, for example, he's getting pain down his left arm. He's going to do it with his right arm.
Or the other way.
Yeah, or the other way.
Or both.
Right. Well, when you do this, you can actually do it throughout the day. You can do it like 6 times a day to give yourself some relief.
Right.
And it's also kind of a good posture reminder. We're going to show you how to perform traction for neck pain or pinched nerve without equipment. If you call a towel, no equipment. 60 seconds, and it's going to decompress your spine, especially the neck. So neck traction may be appropriate for a pinched nerve or disc arthritis. Somehow the nerve is getting pressure on it.
Right.
And so we're going to show you a couple ways. Now, you should make sure this has been approved by your doctor or therapist.
Right.
So to determine if traction is even going to help you, we're going to have you try just 2 things. One, we're going to have you do compression. So we're actually going to have you lock your fingers above your head like this, and you're going to press down gently, but you want to see if that actually increases your symptoms.
But before you do that, make sure you're not slouched.
You want to be in good posture.
There's a good chance you're slouched naturally because a lot of people are. Let's put it that way. So make sure a firm chair is probably good. Good posture. Head and ears over the shoulders. You're not going to compress like this. We're going to go like this, and both hands, I'll put it here, but I'm going to press straight down, and you don't have to push real hard. It's really kind of hard to anyways on yourself. Oh. It doesn't take that much if it's going to trigger the pain. So if that triggers the pain, that's positive. You don't want to keep pushing on it. Then you're done.
Right. We know then that compression makes it worse. Now we're going to find out if traction or distraction makes it better. Mm-hmm. Do you mind bringing Sam over real quick here?
Well,
he's all taped up, isn't he? So if you look at Sam here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this real well, but he's got 2 bumps here. These are the mastoid processes.
Yep.
Right there. Do you see that? Got that.
Right behind. They're right behind the ear, and you'll feel them. They stick out.
You're going to put your palm so that bump goes right between the 2 meaty points here.
Should I take off?
Yeah, why don't you take off? So Brad won't be able to talk now. So he's going to put it, right there, and right there, and he's going to cup over his ears. You can actually go over the ears, Brad, like that. There. Okay, so you're just going to, in that position, head up towards the ceiling with his fingertips. The fingertips are straight up. He's pushing up. And what you want to just see, does that give you some relief? Does it decrease the symptoms? And if it does, you may want to try some of these then. You may want to try the actual traction. So let's start with the first one, Brad. So you're putting your elbows like this. You're doing that cupping like we talked about. And then with that in place, you can actually lean back, and you can have the head bent forward a little bit. Yep, bent forward a little bit, and you can really put some pretty good pressure on there. Is that correct, Brad? Yeah, he's telling you to keep the low back arched, so they're not. That's going to help keep the neck in a better position too. But you can really put pretty good stress on, pretty good distraction on there. We're going to have you do these like for 15 seconds the first day, just 15 seconds. And then if it was okay, the next day you can do 15 seconds times 3. And then if that works out okay, the third day you can actually do 3 times 15 a couple times a day. You can do it throughout the day. Right. If it irritates at all, you don't want to do it. Okay means it doesn't make it worse, or it even makes it better. Ideally, it makes it better. We're also going to show the exact same thing with a towel. So basically, you use the towel to capture the mastoid processes. Those same bumps. He's catching those, and then you can go straight up, palms kind of up like this, Brad. Yeah, there you go. And yep. Look, he can apply the same pressure.
I'm not looking up.
Yep, he's bent forward a little bit.
Can't go too forward.
Yeah, 15 to 20 degrees, and you just need a little bit of flexion. And now, if he's got pain down, let's say he's got pain down his right arm, he could try to do this with one hand, and that's going to be a lot more comfortable, and it's going to be better for that arm. So again, you're looking for decreased symptoms.
If you happen to get dizzy or lightheaded with this, you're done. You do not continue. That's important because there are some arteries that feed the brain that could be getting occluded. I've never had it happen, but it's possible.
Yeah, it is. I kind of usually check for that a little bit. But
sure.
The last thing, you can actually do that towel thing again. And while you're doing it, you can actually, if your pain is on this side, you can tilt your head a little bit while you're doing it, away from the pain. You tilt the pain away from the pain, and that gaps that side a little bit so that it actually gives the nerve a little more room. So see how Brad just turned to the side. That means he has pain on this side. He bent away from it, just slightly turned away from it, bent away from it, and you want to see if this helps. If this helps decrease the symptoms. It's just another thing to try.
Again, pain-free. It should improve the pain. If it makes it worse, you're done with traction. You're just going to skip that part.
Today we're going to talk about common pain makers causing pain in your neck and arm and how to get rid of them. It could be pain in your neck or even referred pain down your arm. If you perform a task and it increases your pain, it's a pain maker in our book. If you move a certain way and it increases pain, it's a pain maker. If you're lying in bed and that causes pain, it's a pain maker. The other problem with the pain is that the more pain you have, often the more sensitive your nerves get. So now, rather than taking a large event to cause your pain, it only takes a small trigger. You know what I mean? So
right.
This does not require, the nerves become so much more sensitive that what used to cause a lot of pain hardly takes anything now to set it off. What Brad and I thought was that we'd go over some things that you probably should do right now.
Sure.
And Brad and I will go back and forth. And now, number one, I would not look down continuously right now when you're having neck pain while reading, knitting, or performing desk duties. You want to try to get things. That's how we often talk about setting up your office or home computer, making sure the screen's high enough so that you don't have to look down.
And number two, we're continuously looking at a phone or a laptop. Phones are, pretty much phone is the new TV.
Yes, it is.
So we're down looking at the phone, putting stress on the neck. And it's one of those things, when you do it immediately, it doesn't cause pain, but over 20 minutes, it gets into that fired up mode, and then you don't really realize that was the problem.
You don't even realize that it's sneaking up on you. So bring that phone up, by your face. Just a general is putting the neck in what we call the forward head posture. So that neck is geeking forward. This is such a common position that we see with sitting and working and even lying down sometimes. So
the pillow issue again.
Yeah. All right, Brad, what else we got?
Oh, sleeping on your stomach or your head is turned to one direction as far as it can go, and that's fine. But if you lie there for any period of time, that's end range on the joints, which is a common therapist term that we know we don't like to put our joints at end range for prolonged periods. It irritates them. So no more sleeping on the stomach.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it for a very brief time. All right, like we alluded to a number of times, is sleeping on your back with the wrong number of pillows. Generally, when you're sleeping on your back, we want to have a thinner pillow so it doesn't move your head and neck forward.
And the same thing with sleeping on your side. You've got a different posture you need to accommodate so that your neck is not stressed. And we'll cover that.
The other one, number 7, don't sit in a slumped, rounded position. Now, this says, well, what does this have to do with neck? Well, if you're like mid-back is rounded out, there's no way you can have the neck in good posture.
Right.
It just follows suit. So you got to have the entire spine in good posture, or your neck's going to be in bad position. You don't want to have your computer screen off to the one side either, or TV off to one side.
Sure.
If you're constantly looking, let's say, to the right, you're going to develop pain on that right side of the neck possibly.
Right.
So you want to have the things right in front of
Right.
you, even if it's a slight off. It's not a good thing. Cycling with your the head down posture, Brad. You're
Driving with incorrect posture, same concepts that
same
we
concepts,
were talking about. The thing in a car, you can adjust hopefully your lumbar. If your lumbar support is good, makes it much easier to have good posture in your neck.
This next recommendation is with a caveat, because if you can run without pain, I absolutely recommend that you run.
Sure.
But if it's increasing your pain, one might be that you have bad posture while you're running, and then it's actually the shock absorption is making it worse.
Yeah.
So, but generally, running is good for you.
Sporting activities.
Don't do them if they increase your pain, basically, right now. We're not saying that you can't go back to it, but we want to calm things down. We want to calm the pain down. So lifting weights, I'm going to tell you, it's fine to lift weights as long as it doesn't increase your pain. But if it increases your pain, you can't do it.
Oh, working in a cramped or awkward space. That's very typical with a lot of computer workstations. You put everything into one area so you can work, and especially now with COVID, people are trying to convert things into their
How
house.
about a car mechanic or a painter?
For something of that nature.
If you tilt your head out of habit in the same directions, a lot of you don't know you even do this. I do this when I'm doing notes or writing. I'm always tilting my head to the left, actually. I think to the right, but I actually tilt my head to the left. So as an exercise, actually I have to tilt my head to the right, the opposite direction. You want to try to avoid those, especially if it's a daily habit. You're doing, hour upon hour, day upon day, years upon years.
Yep.
It starts, all of a sudden it'll start giving you pain.
Yep.
Chopper's tilt is when you just carry some bag or something on just one side.
Oh, so if you got a big purse or something of that nature, or even your backpack.
Or if you bought something and you're carrying it all in one hand, you're
like-
supposed to spread out if you're carrying a heavy suitcase at the airport, again,
Two of them.
you want to get a rolling one.
Right.
So anyway, you don't have to, you want to, again, decrease the pain, so you decrease the sensitivity of the nerves. Hey, we're going to talk about, is this one position the main cause of your neck pain? Try this simple test. So basically, with neck pain, quite often what Brad and I see, it's the forward head posture that's a problem. So Brad, let's demonstrate that. You from your side, mine from this side, and your head is forward. And the problem with that is that every inch your neck moves forward puts 10 more pounds of pressure on your neck. So if you get 3 inches forward, that's 30 pounds of extra pressure on your neck. So one simple test you can do to see if this is the problem. One, you can hang out in this direction for quite a while and see if your pain starts increasing, but you might be able to enhance it a little bit if you actually take your fingers and push down. Yeah, and if that increases your pain, and then you try it with your in good posture and push down. And a lot of times you're going to see improvement. Okay, next thing, don't crack your neck with sudden movements. I know a lot of you are tempted to do that. It feels better. It gives you a little bit of relief for a short period of time. But in the long run, it really is not helping. Some people also like to roll their neck. We're going to talk about how to walk and stand correctly and pain-free if you have neck pain or a pinched nerve in the neck.
Oh, good.
Now, this might seem like minor stuff, but if you walk or stand for a living, if you have to stand all day long,
Sure.
Your neck pain can get worse just from doing some of the wrong things. So we want to make sure we cover everything.
Let's find this out then.
All right, let's start off with walking, Brad. Walking is, believe it or not, great for the spine, including the neck. It's good if you can walk for at least 20 minutes because that helps increasing the blood flow and oxygen to the neck. And when you walk, you want to walk with actually a little faster speed because that unloads the spine a little bit.
Sure.
And you want to swing your arms too, naturally.
Okay.
But you don't want to walk like this, because by moving the arms, you actually do get a little bit more up. Now, this too is probably very evident to everybody, but you should start off incrementally, start off, a small distance where you don't increase the pain, and move up to, eventually you get to 20 minutes in. You actually may want to shorten your stride. If you have a long stride length and you hit the heel like this, that sends the force right up through the leg, into the spine, up into the neck. And so sometimes the shorter stride hitting on the forefoot can take some of the shock absorption.
And I think, like, when I walk faster, because you mentioned to walk faster, when I think about walking faster, I think about reaching out farther, and then I have to strike on my heel just to maintain balance, and that's when you get that force that you're talking about.
So just more strides, shorter strides.
Yeah, a little faster, which is challenging.
But I want you to breathe in through the nose, and the thing is, you can breathe in for 4 steps if you want.
Oh, sure.
4 steps. Then you hold for 4 steps, and then you exhale for 4 steps, and then you hold again. So the other thing you can do is actually, when you walk, is actually lock your arms behind you for a short distance, because this corrects posture is what I like about it. So let's say you're walking along, and you grab like this and do a chin tuck while you're walking. You can actually make sure you're in good posture, and then you can head on your way.
Right. So you may only do that for a few seconds, but it reminds you, gives you a little stretch, gets you back, and it kind of resets the posture, so to speak.
If you're trying to walk a dog on a leash and you have neck pain, you certainly want to compare walking the dog to not walking the dog and see if you have a lot less pain when you're walking.
Sure, that's a good point.
All right. How about with standing, Brad? The big thing with standing, Brad, I don't want people to settle in.
Settle in.
They settle in. They lock their knees. They, everything.
Gravity.
Gravity. They just start. It's an inactive stand. They're not activating the muscles. So don't lock your knees. It often helps to place one foot in front of the other.
Sure.
Because it's more of an active position.
Yep.
And
so we're in a stagger.
Yeah, and you lean forward a little bit. You don't lean back, because as soon as you lean back, that's when you start doing that posture thing. So
it's not a big lean forward, though.
No, just a slight.
You can feel the weight more towards your toes than on your heels.
Yeah, and I like the butterfly exercise for this one, Brad. Is you take your hands and put it behind, and again, this is to reposition your posture, and also do a chin tuck while you're doing this.
So emphasize you're not pulling your head forward.
Yeah. I got fingertips on my back of the neck.
Good point. So,
and it again stretches out the chest, squeezes the shoulder blades together, and when you're done, you're in good position. I'll tell you how to sleep pain-free with neck pain or a pinched nerve. So if you have neck pain, also you have pain going down your arm, we're going to show you how to sleep with all these problems.
Right.
So we'll go over the different scenarios that you might run into.
Okay.
So let's first talk about, let's say, you're having neck pain and it's going down one of your arms.
Okay.
Let's say it's going down my right arm. We're going to start by your line.
That pain going down the arm is likely because, you have a pinched nerve, and it's a good chance it's in your neck, your lower neck, probably.
So the thing you want to do, if you're lying on your back, is you still want to keep another pillow right here and support that arm. It's just going to feel a lot better. It's going to put less pressure on the nerve as it comes out of the neck. It's going to give it support. Now, if you're on your side, let's pretend now it's my left arm, Brad. I actually want you to use 2 pillows to support it. I want you to put one down here and then one under the arm and supported by that pillow. I would highly recommend you do not lie on the painful side. I would also highly recommend that you actually, this has nothing to do with sleeping, but when you're sitting in a chair, just take a pillow and support that painful arm. All right, next one. How about if you're a back sleeper? So you sleep on your back. That's where Brad was starting to allude to this fact. If you're on your back, you want to actually use just one pillow or a thin pillow. Because if you have too many pillows, you're going to be up like this. And your neck's going to be bent in a poor position. You want to be back like this so that your ears actually lined up with your shoulders. You're in good alignment all the way along the spine. If you're on your side and well, I'm sorry, Brad. I'm going to skip. I skipped ahead here. The other thing you want to try is maybe a rolled towel in the pillow. So this will actually provide the gap. Is this thing open?
Oh, yes.
So I put the rolled towel here, and this is just something you can try, and you can try different thicknesses of the towel. And what this does, if you're lying on your back, is actually fills in that gap there where the neck curves. And for some people, this is comfortable. They have trouble sleeping this way unless they have some extra support there. And use it.
When you're experimenting with the towel, it should feel comfortable right away.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, if it feels like a bump there and it's a little uncomfortable, the towel is too big. You need to unroll it and roll it up so it's, or use a different size towel so it's smaller.
Yeah. It again, if it doesn't feel good, don't use it. And again, if your arm is hurting, you're going to support your arm on pillows.
Like we did.
Lots of pillows.
Yep.
All right. If you're going to watch TV in bed, I don't want you propping your head up with multiple pillows like this. You know, I'll put one more on there, Brad.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got to get propped up so you can see that screen. If you want to insist on doing that,
you may want to go ahead and purchase a
wedge.
Neck wedge. I'd go ahead and use a pillow with this.
Yep. Thin pillow.
A thin pillow, and you can just comfortably, you have good posture, but you're able to watch TV.
Yeah, and you're keeping that neck more in that neutral position versus that flexed forward.
And you could do this on a couch too.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
depends on the shape of your couch.
I also want to talk about a contoured pillow. A lot of people like them. You know, they're contoured to fit.
Oh yeah, those memory foam ones are very common.
But they're very difficult to pick one that fits you. All right, when you're sleeping on your side, what a lot of problems with people do is they don't have enough pillows.
Yeah.
So here they put one pillow down, and I'm going to have problems with my mic here, but now my head I'm going to put the pillow out, it gets bent this way. And that's just as bad. Again, you're going to be stretching the neck on the other opposite side. You want to have your spine all aligned up here. So you want to have often two pillows, or maybe you bunch up of one pillow. Sure. I'm not thrilled with you taking your hands here. You know, you're crunching all that up. Then you could start ending up with problems with your arm. You could end up with carpal tunnel.
Right.
It's not the worst, but ideally you should just have pillows do the positioning, not your arm.
Right.
So
yeah, I understand.
All right. If you're having neck pain, just a little hint that we've tried with some people that has worked. You take a pillowcase and you fold it in half, and then you fold it in half again.
It's amazing what something like this, just a little, we call it tactile cue, that allows your mind, it gives you that feedback, and even subconsciously you'll keep your neck where it should be with something like this.
And just a reminder, too.
Right.
I mean, kind of just like you said, a tactile reminder.
Right.
So
it doesn't work for anyone, but it doesn't cost anything. There's zero, you're not going to have any problem.
You don't want to sleep on your stomach all the time, because what happens is when you sleep on your stomach, your neck is turned all the way one direction or the other. Mm-hmm. And joints, no matter what joint of your body, they don't like to be at end range.
So, that's all at end range unless you're incredibly flexible.
Well, my elbow this would be at end range.
Yep.
If you slept like this all night long, you're going to have arm pain.
Yeah.
Shoulder, if you have your shoulders up over your head all night long, that's at end range. Now, I think you can sleep on your stomach for short periods of time. I slip over there, for 30 minutes at a time or so.
Right.
But beyond that, you're asking for trouble.